Hi everyone, it's Julia here from Little Shop of Nerds, and I am with
Mike.
Yeah. Sorry for the quality of the next few of our videos. I'm having some issues with my phone, so we are going back to my laptop for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you last week's hint, which was which.
Today we are going to talk about a Studio Ghibli film called KIKI'S Delivering Service. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite Studio Ghibli films ever.
This movie actually came out in 1989. So this movie is older than you, Mike.
Shut up.
So
What about you? You said 1989?
1989.
I'm born in 92.
Yeah, and it's older than you.
Hmm.
Yeah, the movie came out before you were even born. So, it starts off with a young witch named Kiki.
Voiced by...
And Mike's gonna look up the voice actor real quick, and she is getting ready to...
Oh, Kristen Dunst.
Okay, now who voiced Gigi?
See. Gigi.
Yeah, so she's a young witch. Her name is Kiki. And she is getting ready to go on she's 13. And when witches turn 13, they go off on their own to do what they call training, witch training. And, is it not coming up?
I have to type in English cast.
So.
Oh, Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman.
Voiced Gigi.
Now, are we talking about the one that was killed by his wife?
Yes, that Phil Hartman.
Okay. So, she, is listening to the radio, and she hears, oh, it's going to be a clear night with a full moon, which would have been the perfect night for her to leave. And she ran home and she told her parents, or her mom, she's like, I'm going to leave tonight instead of next month. And her mom wasn't ready for her to go, but her dad had gotten all this camping supplies because they were supposed to go camping.
Yeah, and it was like, now I understand. She's a kid. They change their minds a lot, and yes, it's inconvenient, but I can get it. It was a perfect night for her to do it. But here's the thing: one thing I know about Gigi the cat. He's a big cynic.
He really is, yes. Yeah, so they leave she leaves at midnight, and she's flying on her mom's broom, and she meets another witch who's a bitch. She was very rude.
She was rude.
And then they got caught in a rainstorm, and they went into a train
cart,
and they were sleeping in some hay where there were a bunch of cows. And then the next morning, the rain had stopped, and they started flying again. And then they found the perfect town that had no witches for her to live in. I don't think that it necessarily has to be a witch-free town. I think it just has to be a town that would accept her.
Well, accept her, or even the guy in the clock tower said we didn't have one for a few years. So
yeah. So she is already causing trouble. Like, she's not watching where she's flying her broom, almost caused an accident. And then she meets Tombo. Or Tombo.
And I was like trying to figure out who voiced him throughout, because his voice sounds familiar. And it turns out he is voiced by Matthew Lawrence.
Okay.
Which is Joey Lawrence's brother.
Yeah.
And also you might know him from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mm-hmm.
And Boy Meets World.
Yeah. So he instantly has a crush on her.
And ask her about flying and stuff.
Yeah, didn't even ask her name, and he just continued to call her Miss Witch. Eventually he does learn her name. And so she's trying to find a place to stay. She can't stay in a hotel because she's not old enough. And she's just kind of like sad. and this woman at this bakery, heavily pregnant, comes out and she's yelling at a customer like, "Hey, you forgot your pacifier for your baby." And so she was gonna take the pacifier to her, but Kiki's like, "I'll take it for you. It'd be quicker for me to do it." So she rode her broom down to the woman, gave the woman the pacifier. She comes back. She hands the pregnant lady, Osano, I think is her name, handed her this piece of paper, and it said, your delivery girl, or your new delivery girl, is amazing," or something like that. And almost instantly at that point, Kiki has a place to live and she has a job. So then she starts a Kiki's delivery service where she would deliver baked goods or whatever to whoever within the city limits. Her first customer was this really nice dressed lady who needed a toy cat to be delivered.
In a bird cage. And the toy cat looked like Gigi.
Yeah, and they lost the toy cat along the way due to some birds. And Gigi had to stand in as the cat. The kid seemed to have no idea. And I thought that the kid was voiced by one of my favorite voice actors, Greg Ayres. But it's not him. He just sounds an awfully lot like Greg Ayres. Because I have looked it up before and I know that it was not him. But Gigi was afraid of the dog. But the dog was like really friendly and loved him.
He's such a good boy.
He was such a good boy. So when Kiki did find the cat, this artist that lives in a cabin in the woods found it. And she was just like, "Oh, well, I was going to keep it, but, I guess you could have it." But then, like, it was broken, the neck was ripped, the head was coming off, so Kiki was, she was scrubbing the floor as this woman was fixing this toy for her.
Yep, and she got the toy back. She went to go get the dog went outside, dropped Gigi off. The dog took the toy back inside and closed the door. And I'm like, okay then.
Yeah. So, after that, like, her business kind of like boomed a little bit, and
it was starting to take off, like you said, The Tombo came back, invited her to this aviation club because he's into flying.
Yeah, they were having a party,
and she had a delivery coming up, so she tells the lady who owns the bakery and everything, and she goes to this old lady's house with the help with the delivery, make this thing called a herring pie.
A herring pot pie.
It looked delicious, by the way.
It did look delicious.
Like I said, she helped her. The old lady's friend was playing around the broom. They were just talking, having a good time. And she said, "What time?" And Kiki says she had a bunch of time, but turns out the old lady's clock was slow
by 10 minutes. So Kiki managed to get she got the order delivered. But then it had been raining, and just as Kiki had come back, Tombo was leaving, because Tombo had shown up to pick her up at 6. And he waited for a long time, and then he left.
Yeah.
And Kiki felt real bad, and Osana was like, "Hey, he just left. You could probably catch him." And she goes, "Why would I go to a party in wet clothes?"
Yeah, and she said she had nothing else to wear, and she caught a cold, and
Tombo wanted to come visit her, but Osano turned him down for her.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Kiki was feeling better, and Osano gave her a delivery to make, and it was actually to Tombo.
Yep.
So she could see Tombo and apologize and stuff. So at this point, Tombo and her are actually becoming friends. Like, despite the rough start that they had, they were becoming friends. And you can definitely tell, like, he had some type of feelings for her. But she doesn't really seem to have any feelings for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for maybe a little bit. Well, then she gets jealous because Tombo's friend showed up.
Well, yeah. See, they had this nice bike ride, looked really awesome, and they were sitting talking about the Zeppelin, and yeah, his friends showed up. She got mad. It turns out one of his friends is that little bratty girl with the pie Harry.
Yeah, so when the delivery was made to the woman's granddaughter, and she was like, Grandma sent me this pot pie again, and she wasn't grateful for it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because when she saw Kiki show up with it, she just kind of like she smiled and then she like got this look on her face, this disgusted look on her face. She goes, "What are you doing here?" And
yeah, and
she's a bitch.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and also I'm like, one, be grateful that your grandmother made you a nice piece of food. My grandmothers are dead. Hell, I would like them to make me something nice.
Yeah, one of my grandmothers is dead, and my other grandma has Alzheimer's. So.
I would love to taste their cooking again. Hell, you know how like Ron gets pissed off that he gets a maroon Christmas jumper, and I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah, I take it too.
I'm like,
but then I can kind of understand because he does get it every year.
I get that, but still,
you grow.
Yeah, come on, you want something different, but still, I would take the jumper because my mom used to knit, crochet, or whatever. So I just saying, be grateful what you got for a while.
Yeah. So, she storms off. But then she realizes that she's starting to lose her powers, or her powers have weakened, because she can't understand Gigi. Gigi has now found himself a girlfriend. It's this white cat named Lily. And he has now realized that, or she has realized that she can't understand Gigi. She can't fly her broom. She can't do anything. And she starts to get depressed, and she goes, the artist came to visit her at the bakery, and Kiki went with her for an overnight stay in her cabin as kind of like a way to get away.
Yes, and I think the reason why, because see, Kiki likes flying, and the reason why she can't fly no more, like the artist is mentioning that one day she loved to be an artist, but she knew her art wasn't weakening, and she realized if I'm doing it for a living, it's not worth living, or it's not worth doing.
Yeah. So Kiki calls Osana the next morning. She's like, "Hey, I'm on my way back." And she's like, "Okay, well, take your time coming back. And tomorrow, or on your way back, we need you to stop because you have a delivery." So she goes to so it was the old woman's house. She goes over to the old woman, and they had baked her a cake. And the old woman wanted to know her birthday so she could do it again for her birthday. And Kiki was like, "Well, maybe the nice delivery girl would like to know, or maybe the delivery girl would like to know the nice old lady's birthday in return, or also so she could give her a gift or whatever." So that just shows that, at this point, Kiki looks like she is doing better. Well, then, if y'all remember back in the 30s with the Zeppelin, I think it was the 30s.
Late 1920s.
There was a big
explosion.
And that's kind of what was happening with, it's not called a Zeppelin in the movie, it's called something else. We'll just call it Zeppelin because that's what it is. It's a blimp. But something similar was happening, and Tombo got stuck on it. He was hanging by a rope. And the Kiki runs out of the old woman's house, and she's trying to get to Tombo because she needs to make sure that he's okay. Well, she gets there, or she can't get close, so she borrows somebody's broom.
It's a push broom, and she tries to. And first she couldn't get it, but when she did, she took off like a bat out of hell and trying to control it, and she's racing like hell. Tombo's hanging on to dear life. After a while, like
Yeah, because it crashed into the clock tower.
yeah, Tombo fell. Kiki raced down, grabbed him, and all ends well.
Yep. And then you see them at the end with Tombo's plane that was powered by a bike.
Yep.
With wings and everything. And she's flying along beside him with her with the push broom that she had borrowed. And so right there, and then you see them like at the end, and he's helping her. It looks like she has a sign for the for the room that she's staying in, and he's helping her nail the sign.
Yeah.
To the post, and happy, and then she sends a letter to her parents, letting them know what's going on. Gigi and Lily had children. They had I think 3 kittens.
Most of them were white kittens.
And then there was that one black kitten that looked like Gigi, who was probably going to become the new witch's cat.
Yep.
And that's pretty much
it.
How it ended. This is such a cute movie.
Yes, I give it like a 10 out of 10.
Definitely a 10 out of 10.
I recommend it. If you're into Studio Ghibli, I would recommend watching it. If you're not, this could be the one I could recommend to watch the first one. My first Studio Ghibli was Spirited Away.
Mine was either Howl's Moving Castle or Spirited Away too.
And
then we've done Ponyo. Ponyo's really cute.
We did The Secret World of Arrietty,
which is also really cute.
we did Spirited Away. We did
Howl's Moving Castle.
Porco Rosso.
Porco Rosso. Something like that.
And we still got a lot.
Up on Poppy Hill. We've done that one too.
Love that. Was it
Whispers of the Heart? Yeah, we've done that one. We've done quite a few.
We still got a few to go, and
you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna make a playlist of all of our Studio Ghibli movies. So then, if y'all want to go watch the reviews for our Studio Ghibli movies, just go look for the for the playlist, so then you can watch all of our videos for that. So I think I'll do that.
That's a good idea.
So look forward to the playlist, because I might just do it after this video goes out. So
all right. What's next week's 10, Joel?
So next week's 10 is going to be all right. Might have just given it away.
It'd still be a given away.
I mean, I've never seen this movie that we're going to be doing, so
yeah.
We'll see how that goes. So anyways, we will talk to you guys later. Bye.